Good afternoon, YouTube. It's me, all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Badminton Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, it's been a busy week for me. I mean, I just did an interview with one of the top female bodybuilders in the sport, and now I have a young up and comer right here. Like she said, she's young. I mean, she's still wet behind the ears, breast smell like Similac. This is the lovely Miss Bree Marshall, and here's the thing about Miss Marshall. She's right next door to me. She's in South Carolina. I'm right here in North Carolina. And it's a great opportunity to interview someone who is close as I can be. I've met some ladies who are bodybuilders here in North Carolina, and to find out that you have another lady right here, right next door. There's quite a few ladies who are in South Carolina who are professionals, and some I met and some I'd like to get to know later on. So, young lady, tell us how you get to this sport of muscular and masculinity.
So throwback to high school, I was always like an envy of like the girls that carried a good amount of muscle tissue. But I played soccer, so soccer was my passion at the time and took up most of my time. So I didn't get to dabble in it then. But fast forward to freshman year of college, going in on a soccer scholarship. I had 4 concussions by then. And so I wasn't able to play soccer anymore because it was too life-threatening for me to continue. So unfortunately, I went and had a lot of depression and I gained a lot of weight. And so I was like, you know what? I need to do something. So luckily I knew a coach that was local, and that's how I got started. He started cutting me down, and I've just got addicted ever since. I'm not addicted, but passionate about it. So
Yeah, because I think that's why I talk with some quite a few ladies. You start off in one sport. There's a good amount of women who start in one sport. Like I know some they started in track, or they did like you did play soccer, or they played basketball, and then they transitioned over to bodybuilding. And some women like who get in because, like I said, like you said before, you were getting overweight. And I can say that when we get out of high school, you don't play sports anymore. You pack on little pounds, and it happens really quick before you know it. You wake up one morning and say, "Hey, why does I smell like I got donuts on my breath?" And just. But like I said, you found this sport, and you found a passion for it. And and what was that? The feeling when you decided to you know what, especially with your family and friends, decided to say, you know what, I'm gonna become a bodybuilder. What was their thoughts and your feelings?
At first, my parents were not 100% all in for it, because they just saw, you get on stage in a bikini and heels, and that was it. But they are very supportive in everything I do. I'm very lucky for the family that I do have and the support I do have. So they took their time and they studied bodybuilding along as I first started out. So they grew more passionate within themselves as well about bodybuilding. So they're all for it. So they look at it more now as like a work of art, which that's what it truly is. So
yeah, it's about art of taking the body and especially for women, where you being from the South, how is most of our women move a little bit more round, a little bit more full figure type of women around here, most around this area. And and it's one thing when a woman takes the body and takes it and change the aspects of it. Developing muscle and striations and vascularity. It's just something I think some people are not very comfortable with. And I think also about the clean heels part. I used to work in a strip club, and the last thing a daddy wants to see is his daughter wearing clean heels. Like, she's wearing clean heels?
Yeah.
No, Daddy, I'm on stage. I mean, it's not that like that. I said, okay, who? We got my man here, Rolando G, coming through. And he says, good to see Miss Marshall, lovely lady. Hey, Mr. Page, good to be there. Appreciate you, Rolando. He also says, yes, I hear that transition is, if you are already in sports for some BBs or FBBs, I hear the journey is quite rewarding. And you turned pro in 2020. And I think I know one lady who also is a figure competitor. And I think another lady turned pro that same year as you did, and she just did last year. She did her Olympic debut. That was Chelsea Worcester.
Yeah.
And y'all were, and that was the Junior USA's, and that was in South Carolina, I think.
Yeah, Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me and Chelsea are pretty close because we did turn pro together because it was the top 3. Olivia Gravengard, me and Chelsea. So we're all pretty close, tight knit. But yeah, so
Mhm.
I'm excited to. It's pretty cool to have everybody turn pro in figure, and now we're all moving to women's physique. So it's going to be pretty fun to have everybody back up there.
Yeah, because you debuted at the Arizona Pro in 2021 as the figure, and and now I think you're saying you're going up to physique, and I think it fits because I've talked about this quite often on my channel, and I talk with other ladies who get interviews with that it's getting to the point that figure and physique are kind of getting close in some aspects of it, and I think it's the judging part is that they keep changing criteria. They want the women to be less styrated in one division, but a little bit more styrated in another. And as yourself especially you're still young, being that you're only 23, your body's still developing. And some women they hit their peak, but you're still growing. And I think that's probably a good move for you to switch up because where you train hard, you train heavy, and you're just gonna build more muscle. And you wouldn't want to stay in a division that doesn't fit with your goals.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't. I like to train, like you said. I like to train hard, heavy, and for me, I don't like rest days. I have a very hard time with rest days and not being in the gym training. So, for me to try and scale back my training to fit within a category, that's just not gonna sit well with me. So, yeah, after I got the feedback after the Savannah Pro and figure. They said I needed more muscle maturity. And it's like, well, if I sit back and wait for muscle maturity to come around in figure, I'd have to really scale back in training. So, and my heart truly lies in women's physique anyways, because I'm in love with the posing and everything. So, it just worked out.
Yeah. And plus, you don't have to wear the clear heels anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
We got here the female bodybuilding channel. He says, "Cello George, Cello Bree," and I think that's my man JB usually come through here. Also, Rollo says, "I just want to say, female bodybuilding channel, the channel that is awesome. You and George Page are true commentators. Channel for support. Such sincere respect. Thank you, thank you." This is my man Dave from Female Bodybuilding Forum. Bree is awesome. So glad that she's doing physique. She's great with posing, yeah, and also not just your posing, also your coach. And your online coaching. Like you have also clients. And like when somebody goes and say, "Where's my coach?" You say, "I'm your coach." Say, "Wait a minute, wait. Wait. You got wait. Hey! Somebody tell that kid that they're supposed to be at preschool. You ever get that when you start coaching somebody saying like, "Young girl, I don't know you know anything about this. I think I want to find somebody a little older."
Yeah, I think, yeah, my age is tough, but I just show up. That's all you can do. And if somebody doesn't want to be coached by me with my age being what it is, that's fine. But I also have studied the game longer than that person reaching out for coaching, anyways, most likely. So, yeah, I just kind of deal with it and keep going. So.
Well, I think it's not about what the knowledge is, where knowledge is coming from. It's how the knowledge is coming to you. And some people don't understand, like me, like I said, I used to be like almost 500 pounds. And I decided that, I need to take better care of myself because, and then I decided to make some changes. I'm still not perfect, but, it's just about the process. And if you have somebody like yourself who knows what's the best way to train, the best way to help people, I think it shouldn't matter where it comes from as long as it's
Absolutely.
useful. Folks, we'll jump on her social media real quick here and show some pictures and stuff here. And if you like it, and like I said, support her. Like I said, she's a young up and comer. And here he is. Here's right here. Here's you like this is from look at she really got some size on you. Put some size on you.
Yeah, yeah. So that picture on the left, that was when like right before I started like bodybuilding. So that was in 2018.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and here's some here. And this is a little film like this is like a little film of you going through your process, and like I said, you're growing and developing. So you start yeah, you really have really start developing, especially since you're still young and you're growing and you're making improvements. Like pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. But like I said, and also like I said, she says she is also a coach. And I was watching while I was going through your IG. This is one of your clients,
Mhm.
and this is a lady who's we talk about her here.
We have my client Amani. She has a very severe case of scoliosis, so her training sessions with me look a little bit different than the average person. Her scoliosis prevents her from moving normally throughout the day, and it also brings on a lot of pain for her. So, to help reduce the pain, I have her do a lot of corrective exercising, stretching, and a lot of core work. Here we're doing a walking progression using a resistance band. With every step, I have her make sure her feet are completely straight. We then go into a progression of duck walks, having two dumbbells on each side that she holds to help keep her balance. And then we add in that resistance band back to just increase the intensity a little bit. By doing these exercises repetitively, it'll instill habits, so then she'll eventually feel less pain throughout the day and have an overall better quality of life.
That is so nice what you're doing with this young lady and helping her, especially she has a scoliosis. Is if anybody knows is where which your spine is kind of like you're born with a very distorted spine, and it's sometimes there's a lot of difficulty and pain. I think one of the most favorite person for having that disease was Richard I think Richard the First or Richard the Fourth. It's in the if you read the Macbeth, not Macbeth, Shakespeare. But we asked also more pictures here. And like I said, she like I said, you really like I said, you have amazing physique. I mean, good quality, good muscle development. I mean, and like I said, still being so young. And and I think going over to physique is the better move for you because it's going to be harder for you to contain that when you, especially like I said, instead again, as you where you train, it's going to be harder for you to contain yourself in a certain level. Like I talk about so much of how they tell some women say, "Hey, work in this vision," and some women say, "I don't want to go up because I don't want to, because." And but the fact is, if you train where you do, like you said, or diet the way you do, and then your body starts reacting to the training and everything like that, you can't keep yourself in this one division. Some women will stay in a division as long as you do well or place well, they stay. But then when it starts, your body starts evolving. There's no point sticking in that division. You need to move on.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I said earlier, it wouldn't be fun for me anymore. And, that's why we do it because we love it. So, and me being 5'6.5", 5'7", I'd be one of the tallest figure girls out there, I feel like, because they all seem to be pretty on the much shorter side. But, so I feel like definitely with the muscle tissue that I've added over this year long off season, I feel like women's physique is definitely a good fit for me.
Yeah. We have here also, here we got a few about John says, just finish up updating my Mac. I just stopped by. Appreciate it. Also, we have here FBB forum. Does Bree have trouble keeping up with social media demands? She's young, and so it might be a second niche for her. Yeah, I know where with y'all young kids, y'all love y'all social media. I'm just starting to get. I just started TikTok about a month ago. There's not too much on it, but like I said, most of my social media is like Facebook and YouTube, and also I do stuff on IG. And like I said, your social media, that is one thing that you use. Like I know you have a Facebook page, you have IG. Have you ever thought about expanding into YouTube and other platforms?
Yeah, I would like to start more on my YouTube channel. I started to create one, but then my schedule was just so busy that I didn't really have time to sit there, film, and edit and all that. So Yeah, I would like to do that eventually. But like TikTok, I can't get with TikTok. I just, I don't know. It's just too much for me. So I'll stick to Instagram for now and keep up with Facebook and eventually work on my YouTube. So
Yeah, I got a female bodybuilder telling me, say like, I vote for George is going to Twitch. I got a Twitch, but I don't be on it that much, JB. I don't, he also says, oops, have to catch up on Bree's timeline. And yeah, keep up. Like I said, folks, if you want to check out Bree's timeline or you want to search social media, her stuff in the description. Also, she has, she has a link tree where she has her PayPal. She also has support if you want to support her, and also she has also a Cash App. If you're interested in supporting a young athlete like herself, as we all know, being a professional bodybuilder, especially as a woman, it costs a lot more than it is the man. Guys got to wear a banana hammock and get some tanning, and that's about it. But this is something, and Bree, is not no offense to you, guys. No D pics. Stop it.
yeah, please not.
Don't do that. I know she's a cute little girl. You get a little side when she's all puffed and shredded. No, guys, stop it. Don't do it. Don't do it. This is somebody's child. This is somebody's kid. You want to knock on the door, her daddy say, what you doing with my daughter? What you doing? This is my daughter. No, sir, we don't want to fight. Nah, guys, be respectful. And yes, we said this, being a bodybuilder is expensive, especially for you women. Because, not just, guys, most of the guys is food, everything else, but you women's more. As you talk about just how, cost of a suit, not just your hair, your makeup. You used to be back in the day when I used to watch bodybuilding, the girls just had just a basic regular suit, nothing too fancy. But I think right about, I will say into the 2000s, I think right about, I would say 2006, 2008, they started to, because they wanted women to look more feminine. So they started making more requirements, like I said, the suits cost a lot. I mean, it's practically almost a car note for a good posing suit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm very, very lucky that my expenses are pretty minimal for the most part because of my sponsors. Just a quick little plug, but Long Life Meal Prep, with my meals and everything, they cook everything, send me food weekly. And my suit sponsor, Vandella Costumes, don't have to pay for a suit. So she's actually made my suits since my very first show. So very thankful for her, and Chaos and Pain, for all the supplements and fueling me for all of my workouts. But yeah, I'm very, very lucky that I have all of those covered. So it really makes my life easier, and it's gonna really help pay off in the future for our success. So
Yeah, it's good that I think it's a lot harder for, I would say, the more advanced divisions like women's bodybuilding and physique to get sponsors, because the fact is some sponsors we want to avoid, because if the women get too massive, they must say, nah, she's not, we can't use her because she's not feminine enough. We'll go bikini girls and wellness girls and maybe some figure girls. But it's just the fact is that, I said again, these women are using the products. And I think a lot of ladies would like to see somebody like themselves. I mean, I know quite a few bikini girls use some stuff and stuff like that, but usually for high-end stuff like that and other stuff and gear and like that, it's usually a lot of the women in the bodybuilding division use that more than women in the more, let's say, basically say the TNA divisions, and people should recognize that and give the opportunities for you women to get sponsorship, to get your money, because you know what, maybe it's just be fair. You say, but I know about it's not being about fair, it's about business. Orlando G says, wow, great coach, how you detail your workouts to your clients, certain capacities. And also we have here is Tony 97. Hi Bree, just checking your IG. Congrats on your impressive physique. How much more mass do you plan on gaining? Are you going to get any bigger, or you feel like you want to stay within confines?
I'm not gonna really plan for anything. I mean, if I do gain more muscle tissue, then that's fine. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, I want to train how I want to train and eat how I want to eat. Um, and so if my body decides to grow, then we keep growing. But as of right now, my main goal is just to bring in the best conditioning that I can and just hopefully take home the show. So
Yeah, yeah. So like I said, I think like I said, with your height and your body type, I think physique does work for you. Some women do go up eventually, but then I think some people feel comfortable. They find their comfort zone. And then if they feel like they're growing out of the comfort zone, they really growing and develop as an athlete, then they eventually go up to the other divisions. Like, some girls start out bikini and then they go up to figure. And then some girls started out as figuring, went up to physique. And some girls started as physique and went up to women's bodybuilding. Even I've seen some girls who have gone I can kind of say backwards or sideways, where I've seen figure competitors and physique competitors go over to wellness. Did you ever? I think you competed in wellness for a bit. Was it?
I
It just wasn't your division for you.
No. Yeah, so Junior USA, I spread out all my cards. I competed in wellness, figure, and women's physique. Wellness is definitely not for me. I was way too shredded. I got last in my class. Figure, obviously nailed that one. Physique, I was one placing away from earning the pro card in women's physique. So yeah, wellness is definitely not for me. I do like the look of it, but personally, at the point of my life right now, I like the women's physique look better.
Yeah, I think that's what I know. I've been a bodybuilding fan for before you were born. So, you still tricking your daddy's eye when I started to discuss. And I really always had a good respect for bodybuilding. When physique came out, I felt like it was kind of a watered down version of the division. But ever since I started doing my content and doing interviews with ladies in your division, I really started learning something. There are aspects of it is that it wasn't like just I said, it wasn't for bodybuilding. You wouldn't have these divisions other than bikini, which was kind of brought in. And in a way, bodybuilding kind of started out as bikini. But, over time, like anything, it's developed and changing and changing and changing. And one thing is the judge criteria is getting crazy. One time I had a friend tell me, say, oh, we don't want the girls to get 2-star rated. But then you go to a show and you come in, okay, I'm a little softer. But then the chick who comes in star rated beats you. I say, wait a minute, the judges keep telling me, the judge told me don't come in star rated. And it keeps just getting crazy.
Yeah, I guess it's, whatever they like the look of more that day. So I guess it's just really important that you bring a physique that you're in love with. So, and that's going to be my goal. So.
Yeah, we got here. Female Body Channel says just posted this interview on Twitter. Thank you, appreciate that. I'm not on Twitter that much either. Okay, I want to support her. Yes, okay. That's from man Rolando. Also, my man, Female Bodybuilding Forum. No D pics. It's good advice. Yes, and guys out there. And also, we got here from Rolando. Female Body Channel never do too much of a good man, especially since, as myself, has raised strict. I would not feel right doing that to any woman. Yes, truthfully, no woman wants to see some guys wookie woo on, especially sponsor have to change mindset. And and that's from Female Body Channel. Yeah, that's things. Yeah, have to change the mindset of these sponsors. But like I said, it's about money, and they go with who feels like works within the ideology of what they want. And the thing also with the is like I was watching your interview you did with Ryan the Spot, how you talked about how when you were starting and people making comments like saying that she's trying to be a man. I said, she's a young lady, maybe she has some muscle on her, but then it's funny is it's the ones who's calling saying she's trying to be a man, it's the guys with no muscles.
Yeah, now they don't even have the guts to say it to my face or anything. And I do have a harder time, I guess, having people come up to me and start conversations just because I guess I do walk around and there might be some intimidation. But once they actually talk to me, they'll actually realize, oh, okay, she's actually not as scary as she might look. But I just kind of learned to let it go through one ear out the other when somebody has something negative to say. So everybody has their own opinion, and I can't be everybody's cup of tea. So
that's how I feel like that. Like I said, when it was a while back, because when I started this, I got to meet some ladies. Was it about a month ago? Not last year. Last year, And it was just, for me, opportunity to meet some of these women in person. I went to Savannah also. That was my first vitamin show. And I got to meet some women who I follow, and I was kind of like a bit awestruck because, like I said, I'm a poor old country boy, and and just to meet women like yourself, and to talk to them, and to have conversations, and also do these interviews where my channel, I want to give y'all ladies opportunity to share your stories, and that's why I reach out to you. And I see like, she's a pretty nice young lady. I'm gonna reach out to see if she want to share her story, because I really see that y'all women need support. You are athletes. You're young, you're a student, you're someone's daughter, you're someone's, best friend. And a lot of ladies make a lot of sacrifices, time, money. There's times where I know you get up in the morning and say, you know what, I don't want to go to the gym. My bed's calling me. It'd be like, you'd be like, don't leave us, Bree. Say, nah, I gotta go work out. I gotta put in that work. And it's about this. You have to have commitment, passion for sport. It's not just about popping gear, taking steroids like that. It's about consistency, about dieting, eating, follow your guidelines, everything you got to put into the sport where you get something out of it. Now we got here, the Female Body Channel says that because it's about marketing and investment. That's true. Also here, this is from Tony97. I agree with George. Physique is great for you. Bree, but I don't think it'll be great to see you in IFBB one day. You really have a lot of potential. Well, she's already IFBB pro. She's already pro, Tony97. Also, we have here Female Body Channel. Yep, Bree has time to grow into FBB if she wants to. That's up to her. But I think she says she feels comfortable in physique. Now, what was that first feeling when you got on the stage, when you in front of everybody? What was that feeling like your first time?
The first time, it was crazy because I was standing on the side of the stage, about to walk out, and my heart's pumping, nervous, and then as soon as I take that first step out there, it was just like, it was peaceful. I don't know how to explain it, but it was a different feeling for me because I never really did any kind of like performance sports or anything like that. So I never had stage experience. So it was definitely a really cool feeling for sure.
Mm-hmm. It was like that feeling of like you step out and you know what, everything is just like, what's the best way to say it? It's just tranquil. Your mind just, all the nerves and stuff like that in your head are gone, and you just feel like, I can do this. I'm not gonna puke.
Yeah.
I can hold my own here, and and then after that you get used to it. It's just an adjustment. And some people, not everybody can do this. Not everybody can get on stage, can go work out like every other day of the week, follow a strict diet. I know me being a fat man, there's times where, one day I was out and about, I hadn't had Chinese food since Christmas. And, this place called Hong Kong's. And I was like, I just left my workout maybe like a good 10 minutes ago. And I said, you know what? He was calling me, man. He was calling my name. And, do you, other than, do you do like any, because I saw you also do some, you have some clients that are also competing too. What's that feeling as being a coach and when your clients to come and walk and say, hey, coach, I just, this day's coach, I just want to know, coach, just inspire me, coach. Tell me what you need, what I need to do, coach.
What do I do if they come to me like that?
Yeah.
They know that not to come to me like that. I don't really do like cheat meals and stuff either. So my clients are pretty hardcore, I'd say. Like, they don't really mess up on the diet at all. They're pretty strict to it to a T. And normally I get a complaint or two every now and then, like, oh, I'm hungry, or oh, I really wanted a donut. And I'm like, okay, but do you want to win? Do you want to win more than you want that donut? Or so I just kind of, if that thought were to come up, it would be more of a talk of, okay, well, let's focus on what you really, really want, not 30 seconds of pleasure, so to say.
Yeah, well, some guys, 30 seconds is enough for us. We're going to show some pictures here. This is one of her clients right here, and this is a young lady. I think she's doing bikini. And who's that again? Her name?
The one on the left?
Yeah, right here.
Uvia. She is actually vegan.
Ooh. Oh, vegan. That's, it's not that many of. I know a lady who I've become friends with. She used to compete as a pro. She switched to vegan. It's that's harder. Because the fact is, because you don't get enough protein. And you're here with quite a few ladies here. One of the ladies I recognize right here on that's I know her name. I recognize her because she works with Monique Jones. I follow Monique Jones. And I know Monique. Have you met her? Because I know she lives in South Carolina.
I have not met her in person. No.
Oh wow! I'm a big fan of Monique Jones. Great physique, amazing lady. I know. I reach out to her. We've been fan of her for a long time. A great legend sport bodybuilder. Now we got here my man Rolando G. I've seen a lot of changes with some of the others well-known female bodybuilders, athletes changing back and forth. Sometimes I wonder if they are trying to see what fits, I guess. So yeah, I know. Yeah. Also, this is from Female Bodybuilding Forum. Wellness is kind of unbalanced, in my humble opinion. More like unwellness to see. Some aspects of it, Dave, is that the fact is that I see even though I see more like bikini girls with bodybuilding, like the top half is like bikini girls and the bottom half is like bodybuilders. It's what is a vision that fits the criteria for certain women who don't have those aesthetics, who are maybe too for this. A lot of the bikini girls are a lot more longer, a lot taller, leaner. You have some bodybuilders who may not fit that division, either physique or figure. And then it's a vision that works for when they have the sticks. Like if you are bigger in the hips, thicker in the quads and the thighs. I've seen some bodybuilders don't have no real legs, and that's why I've seen a lot of ladies switching over, because it is also a popular division. It's been growing for the last few years, and that's why I think some people are picking that one over the division. But feel like something that fits for them. Like you said, you didn't feel like wellness fit for you, and that's why you say stick with figure, and then you went to physique. And also got a man here, Omar Costa, says, beautiful. And to quote my man, this is the other guy, this John Snows. I forgot to change guys. I forgot the Joker, but he would say you are beautiful, but it's the other guy. He says that, that's I do that. It's a little thing I do, is my little thing. Also, Female Body Channel saying the judging is also a difference to every time. Yeah, judges keep changing. And also, me gotta eat. Take care of all of you. Okay, appreciate it, JB, for coming through and supporting. And and he says also, see you, George. All right, see you later too, brother. I hope you come back on again. As an athlete, what would you like to see change in your sport?
Probably a little bit more on the pay aspect of the shows, but then also some growth within the divisions of women's physique and women's bodybuilding for sure. I feel like it's a lot harder to attain that type of physique, so you will get fewer women that want to put in the work to get there. But I think promoting a more feminine look and, just showing women that you can, have a very successful physique in women's physique or women's bodybuilding without pushing so hard into the harsh drugs and everything. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. Also, the Female Body says, see you, Bree, on the Female Body channel, because they might reach out to you. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, they're the guys. They shot me out, and I appreciate them. Also, my man Rolando says, I never thought about any of these women's when I first saw female bodybuilders. I have to admit, when I saw the legends in the 90s, I was smitten with female bodybuilders. I was like, these ladies are incredible, and I was in awe, and awesome. So, and yeah, I mean, also, Omar got to ask you a question. Are you single? Pretty, beautiful, pretty.
I am.
Oh yeah, they're like yeah. And the thing is, I think some women, a lot of people be thinking like the mindset, like we were talking about earlier, how people say these girls can't get no man. But the fact is, if you can find somebody who can accept who you are and comfortable with you as a woman, as an athlete, that's a good thing. Sometimes, and also I think the guys have to be more like, okay, I think some women don't want to be approached like this, like, hey, how you doing? Not that. No, you want to say, hey, how you doing, Miss Marshall? My name is what's face. Yeah, how you doing? Just I think some guys gotta realize that even though you are an athlete in a sport which is considered a niche sport, you're still a woman. And sometimes, some girls just like to be treated as a woman. And that's the thing is we know we call ourselves, so we're smos because some guys, this is a mentality like this is a small saying. I mean, somebody told me a long time ago. It's like when your ladies rock hard, we'll rock hard. But it's something that you can't keep all the year round. Right now you're in off season. You're getting your vocal season. Are you planning on competing this year, or you just take the time and do a little more growing?
Yeah, so I've actually already kind of started prep. So I haven't really picked a show. Originally, I wanted to do a show in May, but I decided I want to give myself a lot longer. So I'm just going to kind of let my body tell me the timeline. And once we feel like we're at a good 8-week out look, then we'll kind of plan for what show. So, and my coach Cornelius, I've been coached by him for 4 years now, so he knows my body really well. So this is definitely going to be a really good year for me.
Yeah, and it's good to have that relationship with your coach, because this is the person that like. There's some days that your coach might tell you do this, do that, but then do you ever say like, what, I want to do this, or you just say, I'm just gonna follow everything goes to the letter, or do you have to say, what, I want to do this, and you may not like it, but I want to do it?
So I mean, I like to be a robot, so I told him just get me shredded. I mean, so we are very close. We've grown very close over the years, so we're more like family. But yeah, he knows to just take the lead, and I just follow everything to a T. I don't like to sit and complain or sit and I don't want to do that, because if you start thinking about that too much, then you're not gonna want to do it, and you're not gonna do it at the best effort that you can. So
yeah, you want to keep a focused mindset, and you just let him put in everything else, and you just follow whatever he puts out. We got a female bodybuilding forum. I gotta go back to work. We'll watch full interview later. Keep up the great work. Bree, great job with interview, George. I appreciate it. Appreciate Dave, and David over there, female bodybuilding forum. And also we got here Tony 97. Was it difficult getting sponsors at first? And that's crazy. Unless you are a particular division like bikini, maybe wellness, or some figure fitness girls, it is a lot harder for the more women who are more muscular developed to get sponsors. But you said you would have a couple of sponsors, and you shouted them out earlier.
Yeah, and I mean, it's taken time to obtain all of the sponsors that I do have. But that's also with me putting effort in making those connections, reaching out to different companies, using different companies just to see what company I like and see if I want to, try to form some kind of connection or network with them. So, I mean, yeah, definitely it makes my life easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because someone else is paying for your suits, you're paying for your food, and we talked about earlier how the money is just crazy. Like if you do a show, and the guys over there would get maybe $20,000-$30,000, while women would get maybe if they're lucky, if the most $5,000. And like I said again, it's not fair. I understand that the guys, and this is in the people, if you're thinking about the people mentality, the male bodybuilding division is the bottom bitch. They're the ones that bring in the money. And but it should be, I think you ladies should get what you put into a sport, you should get back. Bodybuilding is not considered a real sport in mindset of other people. If it was like anything like football, basketball, baseball, major league sports, you shouldn't have to have a job. Like like boxing. Most boxers, all they do is box. They'll Floyd Mayweather didn't do a fight for less than $10 million, And and then like I said, the cost of everything, and then also you get your pro card, and that's money right there. And I think what should happen is that as a pro, you should have some benefits out of it. Like, okay, if I get sick, if I get hurt, I get injured, if I need some blood work done, I don't have to pay out of my pocket. The IFBB and NPC should cover that. And as an amateur, you have to pay out of your pocket to compete. Even hit the pro levels where they do masters, which is like people who are like over 30 to 40 to almost 60. They have to pay to compete in shows. But like I said, you have that privilege of being a pro. You do a show, you don't have to worry about that. But still, I think it should be more benefits for your competitors. I think it should be more assistance. Like if something happens, if you get sick, you get hurt, you have insurance, you have this, so you won't have to dig out your pocket if you have to do this or that.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see that as well. But luckily, I am an online coach and a personal trainer. So, and I love doing those two, and it doesn't feel like a job to me. So, I'm very lucky to have something like that too. So, and I'm pretty flexible with my schedule. So, I'm able to fit in bodybuilding just fine. So, pretty lucky. So,
Yeah, that's pretty lucky. I think a lot of people do it online, stuff, these days because you know what, it's easy to do work from home now. I work at home too, but I don't work anymore because I got old and things are falling apart on me. So enjoy your youth, young lady. Enjoy your youth. We got back in here, Tony 97. Do you think that in the future I will be easier for more muscularly developed women to get more visibility in the sport? Well, like I said, the problem is, Tony, with that is because bodybuilding is not considered a true sporting mindset of the everyday John Q public. It's hard. Like back in the day when I was coming up, you used to catch bodybuilding on network television. You used to catch it on ESPN. You used to catch it on Fox Sports. I remember watching because we lived in the country. We didn't have cable. I remember watching the Olympia on NBC. But now you watch like ESPN. You're watching cornhole, you're watching poker, you're watching, throwing darts. And, because the fact was that it doesn't bring in revenue like any other sport.
Yeah. Yeah, I really wish they would bring that and broadcast it, be able to broadcast it on TV and stuff like they used to. But hopefully that'll change later down the road.
Well, I think if one thing could happen, if major networks, not major networks, but major sponsors come in, if you can get someone like, like Nike, or you get someone like, Gatorade. I know y'all drink that stuff too, especially backstage. It helps you because when you're dry, you can't drink anything for a good while because you want to come in dry and want your vascular popularity to pop out. I mean, if those big companies can come in and maybe bring in some money, maybe the prize money better. I mean, your people like Sarah Vickers been stepping up. And she's been putting up cash money for a couple of shows. Wing the Strength, they've been doing some good stuff, but now they're kind of like teeing off where we used to have the Wing Strength Ambassador program, but that's been let go. I think going to another direction. It's just, I think as competitors and athletes, you should get something out of it as much as you could put back in. Because like I said, you got lucky enough to get sponsors, but it's a lot harder for some of the other women. We got a man here, Roy, coming through. He says, George, how have you been? I've been doing fine, brother. And also, Roy says, whoa, she's so jacked. Yeah, but like I said, this is a sport that I think some people need to understand and respect that, what you put into it, you should get more out of it. If not anything, just, opportunities. Who do you admire right now? We started it. Who say the person you ever saw say, wow, it was just you get awestruck, you ever met?
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty, I guess, impressed with Andrea Shaw, her physique. I love her physique. But then I also love Michaela Aycock's physique as well. So I like a lot of different physiques for different reasons. But there's not anyone that I'm like, oh, I want to look like her or anything like that. I kind of just, I can't make myself look like anybody. So I just kind of find my own motivation within myself and my physique. So.
Well, I had the opportunity to see the lovely Miss Andrea Shaw at Savannah last year. She's just amazing. And she's just beautiful. She has a great body. I mean, people may not say I'm post stuff on my social media about Andrea Shaw. Says guys say, why are you pushing that chicken? She's a beautiful woman. She has an amazing body. Maybe she's not. Maybe she, like I said, she may not be your cup of tea, but the fact is, she's mine. We got a man here, Tony 97. And he's saying, I hope women bodybuilder gets more clout too. You ladies deserve way more fame for the hard work you put into in this sport. And yeah, you deserve that. And also, Roy says, if Michaela Aycock had the shape, she could have been a threat. Yeah, I think with her, I think one thing she's short. Like I think Michaela's like 4'11", and then she's a little bit more wide body at the top and a little bit small body. And I know I was watching. I didn't watch the Olympias per se. I watched stuff here on YouTube. I think Andrew looked great. Angela Yo, she looked amazing. I think she just needs some size. Even though I'm a fan of Helen Trevino, I think she was gifted that third place spot. I think she was gifted that. Margie looked pretty good. If she said she was retiring, I think she probably would have given her third place. Or one day I've been talking to Branka Najokovic. She looked amazing, And I'm looking over here also at I know you saw like how Sarah Vilgas, she came in a little soft this year compared to because Natalia was doing like 5-15 shows at the last Olympia, and she came in. I know a lady who met Natalia maybe a week before after her last show, and she said she got really huge. I mean, she looked like bigger than she was the last year.
Yeah, I'm very glad they, rewarded Natalia finally after a couple of second places for her at the Olympia. So, but yeah, I love both of their physiques. I think they're both amazing. So it's kind of confusing with what the judges actually want for women's physique because they have gone back and forth with the looks. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I remember when Shanique Grant won after she won 2 times straight. Then Sarah wins, and then you have Natalia wins, and then there's a possibility if it could change again because I think what Sarah said somebody told her to come in a little softer, and I think that's the mistake she made. I remember it was back in 2005 when Iris Kyle competed for the Miss Olympia, the true Miss Olympia, I would say. And she lost to Yaxenia Keene. And somebody told Iris to come in a little bit soft about it. Yaxenia came in a lot more huge and shredded. We got here another question. This is from Roy. Which division does Miss Marshall compete in? Well, she competes in, she was figure, but she's planning on going to physique. And, right now she's waiting on to see which time she's going to make her debut. And I say, we wish her best of luck on that. So we're not going to hold it too long. And we do appreciate her for coming through and sharing her story with us. And like I said, what would you say to somebody who wants to get to a sport, who has, like saying, I have a passion for it, but what advice would you give somebody?
Go all in, go 100% in, leave no stone left unturned. If you want to be successful in the sport, you have to be an all-in type of person, and you just have to work hard consistently. And that would be the other thing: be consistent with it.
Mm-hmm. That's a good thing because I think you have to follow the guidelines. You just have to put in the work. There's some days that you may not want to, like I said again, you may not want to get out of bed. There's some days, like especially when you're doing your prep and then you're at home because you live with your parents or you live on your own.
I live on my own.
Okay, so if you still live with your parents, your mom, your mom's a good cook.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, mom be cooking, say, honey, I'm cooking. We say, no, mom, no, I'm just gonna have my rice and broccoli and chicken right now. No, mom, just like, and you say, you sure, honey? Say, nah, mom, be like, nah, and I know there'll be times where, I know I talk to somebody say, you go into that place where when you smell food, what's your favorite after your last show? What's your favorite meal? What you eat your last show?
What I ate after my last show, I had like a tuna steak and potatoes and veggies. So I just kind of keep it simple for that night, and then maybe like a little dessert of something. But I love breakfast food, so I wait until that Sunday morning, and then I just go all in on the pancakes, waffles, muffins, all of that stuff. So.
Well, carbs not good for y'all. So you go ham, like say, bring it, say bring it. You go to the IHOP, and you're like, oh, pancakes for free. Ah, yeah.
Yep.
We got a man here, Roy saying, I want to get to 8% body fat. Can you give me some free tips? So what we suggest to him, he wants to go that 8%.
Be 100% on your diet and go into a caloric deficit. Be a good start.
Yeah, because that's the one thing with women. Women have more body fat compared to men, and I think it say that anything under 12% is really dangerous for you ladies, because that's when you pretty much your body's almost a failure. Because even when y'all ripped and shredded, y'all not in the best health wise.
Right.
But like I said, it's the way that because you want to be in top condition. This is my man Tony 97. Your quads look awesome, Bree, and your training focus more on growing your legs, or do you train everything evenly? So what's your favorite body part you want to work on when you train?
I just train everything evenly. I have a pretty symmetrical physique. I've never had any judge tell me like, oh, well, you're lacking this specific body part. So I just do a regular push-pull legs arm day split.
Mm-hmm. And whatever, I'm gonna tell you, in your mindset, which is your best body part?
Probably, I don't know. Probably my delts, especially like when I'm shredded, and probably my hamstrings as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, well, folks, like I said, we do appreciate this young lady's time. And I would like to see her. This is something I want to say to people out there. And she already has sponsors, but if you're genuinely interested in sponsor a young lady like her, she's still growing as an athlete. She's still developing. Reach out in genuine interest. Don't be these guys talking about, Bree, you cute little girl. I think I got some ideas. No. Be someone that says, Miss Marshall, I'd like to sponsor you. I'd like to genuinely see you grow in your path as an athlete. So if you need anything from me, let me know. Only thing I want from you is to see you grow and develop. I don't want anything else. And that's what we want is genuinely see. This is what I said this. There's guys out there, and I know all you guys are fans. I know, there's guys out there say they're like 1 minute they'll be talking junk about you on IG, and then send you DM says, "Bree, I think you're cute. Can you? Yeah. And no, just be a guy saying like, what? Respect her as an athlete, as a woman. Remember that part. She's a woman. I know some guys get kind of flustered when we see, well, she got all these muscles because you're jealous. I know I'm not going to be like her, but you know what? I want to strive to be a better person. And people need to respect that. You can't respect that. Here's the best thing you do. Shut the hell up. Keep your mouth shut. Mind your business. You don't like something, you don't have to say nothing about it. We got a couple more people saying before we head out. And we got here, Tony 97. Her best body part, it's difficult to choose between her quads and her back. That's from Tony's aspect. This is a man, Roy, saying, my left bicep is shorter than my right. And also he says, where's it? He also says, she's kind of looks like Julia Venus, stunning. It's Julia Venus. I think it's that chick that kind of looks like a baby doll. She has that ponytail like that. I don't know.
I'm not familiar.
Me either. There's a lot of chicks out here. So anyway, why are you here? So you have anybody you want to shout out to, or say, hey, look you up or something like that?
I just want to give a shout out to my coach and mentor, Cornelius Parkin, CDCon training. Would not be here without him and his guidance and being the coach and athlete that I am today. My sponsors, Vandella Costumes for my suits, Chaos and Pain for my supplements, Long Life Meal Prep for my food, and Stage Ready Hair for my hair and makeup for the show day. could not do this without the team behind me and all the support from my family and friends, of course. So I'm very thankful for everybody in my corner.
Yeah. Well, you better not forget your mom and daddy because they're like, I know your dad said, baby girl, you're not too young to go over my knee.
That's right.
Yeah. But folks, as I said again, if you're interested in maybe sponsoring breed, reach out. Be genuine in your interests. Don't be one of these guys. Don't be the weird guys out there. I know a lot of you guys, you go on her social media, she's shredded, you get a little pop tint in your shorts. But here's the thing like this. No D-pics. Stop it. Control yourself. Have better manners. This is a young lady. Respect her as a woman, as an athlete, as a coach, and be genuine about your interests. These ladies, it's a tough sport, and they take a lot of guff. They don't get as much respect as compared to the men or the other divisions. They put in as much work and much time as they do. And like I said again, if your interest is genuine, you can really help further a young athlete's path in the sport of bodybuilding. So anyway, young miss, I'd like to thank you again for taking this time and talk with me. I wish you all the luck. With my man here, Roy, saying here before he goes out, kudos to all you hard work, miss. Hope you get them shreddedness, win the Olympia. And maybe we might see Olympia 2024 or 2023.
Potentially, we'll see.
Yeah, just got to find the right show.
That's right.
I think so. Anyway, folks, I'd like to thank my man Roy, the Female Bodybuilding Channel, Tony97, also my man Rolando G. Anybody who watched this video, appreciate it. Y'all support, like, comment, subscribe. Also, you can go to Bree's IG, follow her. Also, like I said again, her information in the description, and also she has Venmo, and also she has a Cash App. So if you want to see a little support, it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. But here's again, guys, and I gotta keep telling this. I gotta drill in your head. No D-pics. She don't want that shit. Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. So thank you, lady, from my neighborhood, South Carolina. I appreciate you. Maybe someday we get to meet.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Well, this is one of my favorite quotes from my favorite movie, Batman Begins. At the end, when Jim Gordon says to Batman, "I forgot to thank you," and Batman turns around and says, "You never have to." You blushing. I know you liked it. Anyway, folks, I really appreciate your time. I appreciate Bree time. Wish you best of luck in the upcoming season. Also, folks, instead again, be genuine by supporting these ladies and show respect. All right. This has been our George page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk. Don't subscribe. I am out. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.